I mean, life, we can't escape anything that goes on with life. You know, we all are not immune to problems, or drama, or trauma, or tragedy. You know, we all are here as human beings. So, you know, when you're going through some sort of difficulties, you know, first find out whatever that difficulty may be, you know, within your power in terms of how to start slowly, you know, get yourself out of that situation. But for one, you know, you give it to the man, you know, you do all within your power, and you believe, you be optimistic about it. You know, being negative about a situation, stand in that place, it never helps. You know, it's nothing wrong with understanding that place, feeling bad about it, looking at it for what it is, but don't stay there. You got to get back on that other side and start looking at the resolve, the resolution of it, or how can I get back to feeling good and feeling prosperous again, to where I'm not dealing with this obstacle. As they said, you know, you growing up as a kid, when they say sticks and stones may hurt your bones, but words will never hurt you. It's not true. Words will hurt you now, and they killing folks. So words are very powerful, very powerful. So the thing is about getting within yourself and understanding who you are to kind of, you know, ward off those negative comments that's coming toward you, because, you know, as a kid, you know, you're not as strong, you know, as you are as an adult. So when I was a kid, you know, those things was very hurtful, and it, you know, that was very deterrent at the time, but it didn't distract me. Because your heart, you know, it measures. It pretty much doesn't have a height to it. You know, it pretty much set the tone of who you are and what you're able to accomplish. You know, and the height factor was the game of basketball. So, you know, my heart was bigger than my height. So I didn't have no second or no hang-ups on believing that I belong with, you know, the best of the best. You know, because my heart was just as, you know, just as big as theirs. I wanted it all. You know, I wasn't just going to satisfy with what someone else had planned for me. You know, I wanted to create my own destiny, and I started to understand that I was in position to do that. And, you know, when I became 12 and 13 years old, you know, words never matter. You know, it came in one ear out the other. You know, I was on the journey, I was on my path, trying to become this basketball player that no one felt like he had any, you know, any opportunity to do so. You know, I remember early on when I used to go down on the court with my basketball and hearing all the words and hearing all the, you know, the criticism about me being short. But after I got shot, I remember going back down there and hearing those same criticism about myself, but it didn't have the same impact. You know, it went in one ear out the other, as I alluded to earlier. So I think that had something to do with it. You know, it had a lot to do with my mindset in terms of, you know, what I thought and what I believed, and it allowed me to, you know, enter a platform that, you know, not many was able to accomplish at my height. Oh, adversity always prepare you. You know, you have to go through those things in order to see the light at the light at the end of the tunnel. You know, I don't think anything is gonna just be like this throughout your life. You know, you have to go through that difficult, overcome obstacles. You know, because it's a testament of your character, of who you are and how you're able to deal with certain things in order to get yourself back on that playing field. You know, if you look at whatever your weakness is, you got to try to turn it to a strength, and not let them know that this is a weakness. Keep playing, keep playing. But while you playing, learn all the nuances, all the information that comes with the game of basketball. Don't settle for what someone thinks that you should be doing. Understand what that position is, because if you're undersized two guard, all right, and you're undersized point guard or you're small guard, then you still have the ability to play the game. It's just a matter of how can I be impactful on that team? What do I need to do to be impactful and not stand out as a liability, and I continue to be an asset? Small guards, it's a place for you each and everywhere on this court. You know, undersized players, I should say. I ain't gonna just say small, undersized players, because we had undersized players playing this game all day long. So don't get discouraged. Don't get distracted in terms of people telling you you're too small. Learn your position. Point guard, whatever that position may be, learn it, understand it. If you're a point guard and you're small, you have to be an extension of the coach. You have to change the game in a way defensively to where it can be very noticeable, so you're not being so taken advantage of. Your ability to create space, your ability to make players around you better, that's a plus, that's a bonus. Your ability to knock down that shot, that's a bonus, that's a plus. That allows you to keep playing and keep being on the floor as long as you want to be. You know, anything is possible. Positive thinking is also translates to that. You know, so, you know, when you have something that's positive out there, you can be, you know, the best you can be. You know, when you're negative out there, I mean, you could bring down the worst person. You know, misery loves company. You know, misery loves company. So we not Debbie Downers. We're more uplifters. You know, we always, no matter what the situation is, we're gonna try to look for the outcome, the better of that situation. You know, if we can't find a resolution to get out of it, you know, we're gonna keep on searching to continue to try to find a resolution to get out of it, because that's what you do. You know, that's how you get to the bottom of it. That's how you get to the facts and the answer. Everything happened for a reason. No regrets. All the negative things that happened, I'm thankful for it, because hopefully I learned from those situations. And all the positive things, I'm humbly grateful that those were able to take place, and still striving to be the best I can be. And, you know, going forward, hopefully I can encourage some kid to be the best they can be. You know, as a kid, you know, that's what I had to go through. You know, that's what I did. But keeping that positive message in my head, knowing that I can, and knowing that, you know, no matter what anybody else doing, I believe. And that's what I want every kid to understand, how to feel good about themselves. When you look in that mirror and you look at that reflection back, not like yourself, love yourself. We all have some sort of deficiencies about ourselves. Some are taller than others, some are a little wider than others, some are a little shorter than others, some, you know, a little disinformed than others. But God created us for a reason, and we need to accept that reason, what He was able to create, and not second guess it. Everybody has some sort of opinion about who you are. Don't give them that platform. Don't give them the ammunition. That's their opinion. Don't mean that it's true about who you are. So that's one of the reasons, that's when I want to start this Reach One, Teach One, because I want to make sure that every kid believes in themselves going forward throughout life. We're all human beings. Treat one as you would want to be treated. We got so much diversity going around in this country, in this world right now, that we need to stop and take a step back and just reflect and understand we will want the same thing for our kids that we will want for your kid. And if we have that understanding, then, you know, this world could be a much better place. You know, we get so hung up on, you know, these days in the political side, to where to agree to disagree, to where we can agree to disagree, to agree. So, I mean, once we understand that, you know, I mean, maybe, you know, we can kind of sit down at a table and really have a conversation about everything that's happening in this world, racism, economics, and so forth. But I think people get blindsided once they get to defend their side and not hearing the other side. So hopefully we can kind of hear both sides, to agree to disagree, but really understand that we all human beings, you know? So that's one of the main messages I would love to get out to everybody that's out there.